Hey everybody, it's your pal Mike Zombie, and this week we're going to talk about Last of the Living from 2009. A movie I loved. Loved is a bit strong. I really liked this film. I'll tell you a bit about Mike Zombie you may not know. I'm a Libra. No, I am, but that's not where I'm going. I love foreign films, even outside the zombie genre. I love foreign films, from especially Australian films, love them. This movie was filmed in New Zealand, my second favorite place for foreign films. I love the Mad Max trilogy, and I'm excited that they're still talking about making a part 4. And you know what, guys? Listen, I'm man enough to admit it. I even like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Kiss my ass, don't give a shit if you don't agree. I don't give a fuck. Look at me. Do I look like I give a fuck? No. I like that movie even still. Don't care what you guys say. Okay, not as much as I love Mad Max and the Road Warrior, but I thought, Thunderdome kind of was a neat idea. So I love these types of films. This movie combined all my favorite things. I got my zombie movie, which on its own was an entertaining film. I got my Mad Max mixed in, and I got my foreign film. This was great. This movie was filmed in New Zealand. Though when it started, to be honest, I thought it was Britain, and it started almost identical to 28 Days Later. The guy's wandering around the city, confused, looking what the hell's going on, and the city is dead. They don't state the city, but we're talking New Zealand, so I'm thinking Auckland or Christchurch or something along these lines. This was 2009, I think, just before that real nasty earthquake. We're in some type of apocalypse as far as zombies, but it's a virus, apparently, that's causing this. And we start off with a cast of 3 guys. I wrote their names down. Morgan, Johnny, and Ash. And these are 3 guys in their 20s. One is an actor who really didn't do much of his career, but he's in his 20s, so his career is still fairly young. Another is a musician. He's a drummer in a band. And the third guy, I don't know what he did. I'm sure they said. I don't quite remember. As far as personalities go, I mean, they're mid-20s. The actor guy's a bit pompous, a little too sure of himself. The musician guy is just kind of like, fuck it, man, let it roll, whatever, and he's kind of like a wild card. And the other guy's a bit reserved, a little more serious. He's reading a book as the other guys are just chugging beer and hanging out. Now, they're hanging out in a fairly nice house, which I guess isn't all that surprising, seeing as how everyone else is dead. You can have your pick of houses. And they're hanging out, playing Xbox, goofing around, drinking beer, and they realize, shit, we're out of food. So let's all go down to the supermarket about a mile down the road. The actor guy puts on a wife beater and jeans, and he's ready to go. And his weapon of choice is an aluminum baseball bat, which if I had to choose a bat, aluminum doesn't just shatter. I would take that as my bat of choice. The musician guy has pulls these kendo sticks from out of nowhere. He's going to just whip shit with kendo sticks. And the reserved guy, whose weapon is a golf club, he takes some time and puts on a face mask and, some arm pads and some gloves, and the other guys are kind of mocking him. And he's like, hey, we got to take this shit serious. Now, these guys are young and a bit reckless, but not so reckless that we kind of just go, all right, this shit is stupid. And that was good for me because I was really in the mood just to be entertained by an easygoing zombie movie that would make me laugh, make me go, oh, cool, at some of the special effects, and not have to get all deep with a social message. This movie absolutely delivered, which is why I liked it. And to be honest, I did read some of the reviews in this film, and most of which were not very good. For every 5 that said this movie was complete shit, 2 would go, hey, I thought it was kind of interesting, or it was entertaining, or it gave me a couple of laughs. I liked it. Not the best I've ever seen, but I was well entertained, probably because it met my quirky little criteria. Foreign, Mad Max, zombies, and all that. So these 3 guys are walking down to the store, fighting zombies along the way. They're not trying to engage unnecessarily, for the most part. Get to the store, and they grab all their items, and it's a moment of bliss. They're kind of high-fiving each other with the shopping carts. And what I liked about this movie especially is they kept taking time away from the comedy or the action or the violence or the gore to show that these guys, while young and carefree for the most part, were friends. They were close. They knew that, the 3 of us, each one of us is a third of our realm. We have that camaraderie, we have the understanding, and we have that friendship. I like that they took time out to show the closeness of these guys, that they got it, And, they're doing what we would do. If this really happened, if we really had a zombie apocalypse, I don't know what the fuck I would do. I would probably I would probably rob all of my neighbors' houses of food, put it in mine, sit here and kind of hang out. And I would probably if I had power, play Xbox all fucking day. What else am I going to do? I'm not a ninja. So, I mean, I think every one of us could see some of ourselves in these guys. So they go back to the house with their stuff, and I'm really going to paraphrase this movie. One of these guys has a kick-ass Ford, and Australian and cars from New Zealand. They enjoy the same vehicles we do, even our home brewed cars. They have Fords and Chevys, but they are a little different. For example, the last of the V8s that we remember from the Mad Max series, that's actually a Ford Falcon, but it was only available in Australia. The model was the Ford Falcon XJ, and you could not get the XJ in the Americas. That was strictly the Australian version. So they have it, but it's a little bit different, a different name and different looks slightly. So they hop into this kick-ass Ford, which is not a Falcon XJ, but they hop in this kick-ass Ford that's kind of set up like a Mad Max car in the sense that it's got a big spiky grill and it's really fast, designed to race around and knock zombies down. They drive by a church, want to inspect, look inside, and find a beautiful young lady named Steph. She's a scientist. What do you know? In her mid-20s as well with her dad. Her dad gets bit by a zombie, and they're all trying to escape because suddenly the church is full of these damn things. Now, Steph, this scientist, she has a blood sample in her pocket that needs to be taken to an island off the coast of wherever they're pretending they are to be turned into a cure. And in the scuffle, she drops the vial, and of course, Mr. I'm full of myself steps on it and busts it. So now this group, she says, hey, you guys got to help me. We can fix this problem, but we need to get blood. So you guys are going to need to take me back to my research hospital, I believe it was, get a sample with me, protect me, and then we'll go to the airport and fly this shit on a little Cessna over to the island, and we can stop this. And the guys are like, fuck it. Yeah, man, let's do it. What else are we going to do? Let's be heroes. They go to the hospital. They fight a bunch of zombies. And don't get me wrong, there's jokes and funny shit in between, things that make this entertaining, and in between some of these crass, silly jokes, some very thoughtful dialogue among these guys. Suddenly they're competing for her. The guy that's full of himself has the worst chance because she sees right through his bullshit. The reserved guy has just been nice and friendly, and she kind of likes him the most. And the musician guy, he just doesn't give a shit. He wants to party. So as they're leaving, they get their blood sample, they get it in the centrifuge, they get it all separated, and it's all set to go. And sure enough, musician gets bit, and this does give us a time for a bit of closeness. These guys hug, and, it's pretty clear they understand. We just lost a third of our population, and this man was a brother to me. So they kind of get it, and they understand the gravity of the situation, and it's a very touching goodbye. And dude runs a distraction so the rest can go to the car and go to the airport. Well, shit. I'm not going to give any more away about the film, except to say someone else gets bit. They try to take to the air and try to solve this problem by landing on the island. I'm not going to say who, because it's a spoiler, and I kind of liked how this movie ended, so I don't want to ruin it for you because you can see this on Netflix right now. So let me see. What did I like? I liked the fact that it was easy to watch. It was pretty self-explanatory. I wasn't left wondering a bunch of crap as the who, what, when, where, how, and why. It made sense. I liked the dialogue. I could identify with all these guys. I'm sure every one of us could. They weren't so far-fetched that they were unbelievable. They were kind of funny. And they had serious sides of them as well. And I appreciated them taking the time to show that. It made it a good story. I mean, for what it is, it's a fucking zombie movie, okay? It's not, I'm not watching The Godfather 2, The Godfather 1, and I listed them in order of my favorite. Things like that. This was great for what it was supposed to be. It looked nice, a little shaky in the filming, a little grainy on the capture, but from what I'm told, from what I read, they claim they filmed most of this for $5,000, showed it, and got an additional $40,000 as a pre-sale deal to finish the film. And it's a decent looking film, so it's certainly worth a watch. Some of our friends are going to die, and who? I'm not going to say. Makes it interesting. And do they save the world? Well, I don't know. You'll have to watch it and find out. But that's Last of the Living from 2009. If I had to find something I didn't like about it, it would be we're trying to find a cure. I didn't mind the cure aspect, like, say, in I Am Legend, because it made sense. These people were still very human, had some weird deformities starting to happen, but, we think, well, we could probably bring these people back with the right drug. I've always had a problem with the cure being found for zombies. When someone's clinically dead, they're sustaining rapidly severe, irreversible brain damage, tissue loss. Blood's coagulating. Granted, I know we're suspending disbelief, but so much happens to the body that within, a matter of an hour, it's like, what are you going to do? To try to cure it, to bring these people back to normalcy and restart their hearts or whatever, it's never made sense to me. But like in an I Am Legend style of thing, okay, yeah, bring these fools back around. So that would be the one thing I didn't like about this film. The music was good. It had some good stuff in it. It was a fun watch. So I say watch it. Last of the Living from 2009. Let me ask, have you guys signed up for our Halloween giveaway? What? McPierce has in his hands, ready to mail to you. Autographed Clive Barker stuff, autographed John Carpenter, autographed Asia Argento, ready to go. Movies that you're going to want to see, ready to send out free of charge to you, our pals. You're our pals, you know that, right? Going to send this stuff to you just because you signed up. How do you sign up? Simple. Go to Facebook, look for A Little Dead Podcast. Click like. Hey, I like A Little Dead Podcast. That's the first half. Second click you need to do is on the official contest thread. And just say hello, whatever. Just give us a message in it. Hi, my cat's breath smells like cat food. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Post something, hello, in the thread. Then you're automatically entered. Just that simple. People are already signing up. Get on it now. Get in early. One entry, you're good. You're absolutely good. But you got to like us first. And we'll get that squared away on Halloween. Pick 6 people at random. Send them out. And we'll announce the winners, of course, on Facebook, Twitter, so forth. Anyway, folks, have a great week. We'll talk soon. And, yeah, zombies.